And welcome in. It's Tuesday, and I have an answer to a trivia question here on the Fun Astrology podcast. If you caught yesterday's episode, you heard that I was kind of saying watch, right there at the end, I was saying watch the moon. It's a trigger. What horse in Western lore was named Trigger? I knew this, for crying out loud. It's just, when you get up early in the morning and you're doing this and you're focusing on Saturn and Pluto instead of movie trivia, and you're trying to end the show because the music is playing. But Trigger was Roy Rogers' Palomino, made famous, obviously, in many Western films. Trigger was born a Cancer on July 4th, 1934, and died almost exactly 31 years later on July 3rd, 1965. I could think of worse gigs than coming back as Roy Rogers' co-star horse in another life. I think Trigger had 31 great years. Well, speaking of triggers, another aspect that has moved into position is another one from Mars. Now, remember, Mars was in the big square, the transit-long square, as Venus was in Pisces. Now it is in Aries. Mars is now in a trine with Uranus. Ooh. Okay. Now, we've been sitting here kind of watching since Uranus first moved into Taurus. That happened in March. It was March 6th of 2019 when Uranus moved into Taurus. It's been there since, although for a nice swath of the last part of last year, it was in retrograde. But, just astrologers, I think, have been sitting there observing what that might play out to be. It's going to be a 7-year transit. So Uranus in Taurus goes for a long time. But it's always pointed out that the last time that Uranus was in Taurus was back in the 1930s, speaking of Trigger, about the time Trigger was born, actually, was that post-Depression, New Deal, FDR restructuring of the U.S. financial system. One of the most significant things to me is it brought in the Federal Reserve. Now, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and that can also obviously affect relationships, the structure of love. It could bring you love. It could bring you unexpected love. It could bring you unexpected money. It could take away unexpected money. It could take away a love. There's just all kinds of ways that you can wrap this Uranus thing around. But if you look at the characteristics of unique, out of the blue, unexpected, etc., change, put that in the Taurus characteristics. So home, earth, digging your toes in your garden. Like I say, a Taurus and his garden, thou shalt not part. Some of you Tauruses are laughing right there. Yeah, shaking your head. But Tauruses love the earth. They love to be at home. They love that structure. And every Taurus out there, yes, Uranus is transiting your sun sign. Well, during this season of this trine with Mars, I would say basically the thing that I would expect there is that you can amp up maybe some of those changes and make them benefic. So the trine is obviously a favorable or easy aspect, so there's no tension in it. So say, universe, send me some money, 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 money. Universe, send me some love, 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 love. See, I've got this echo in the vocal booth that I haven't dialed out yet. But that's what I would do. Play it if you have something in those areas that are covered by Taurus or Uranus. Now, remember, Uranus is things like technology and social. It's the ruling sign, the modern ruling sign of Aquarius, where our sun is right now. So just keep in mind those things as you're kind of painting that picture. Is like if you're a laptop warrior like Majana and I are, you make your money off of a laptop, and you have Mars trine Uranus. I would be so asking the universe for an extra project or some extra guidance or a nice surprise email from somebody you never knew but wants to engage you for a project that is going to be, a 3-year-long deal and is going to make you multiple six figures. I mean, why not? The universe is abundant. Look around and see all the money circulating everywhere. So that's a big one. That is a big, big, big one, and I would just play the favorable string off of that one. Now, a couple on the moon that we still need to talk about. So the moon is in a square now with Mars, so just watch for a little sharp stuff around the office today as the moon slides on out of Virgo and starts to move into Libra. But there is that square to Mars. Mars is in its waning days of Sagittarius, so you do have that fire characteristic. So just kind of watch it. If you feel a little grumpy or bitey at the office today, go walk around the building. Now, please don't go out and smoke. If you smoke, please stop. I mean, have we not seen in the news enough of that, right? I care for you and I love you. Please. But walking or doing a little chair kundalini yoga is a great thing to do. And if you would like my little yoga routine from Hemant Singh Devalt, my Aspen Yogi buddy, just email me at info@funastrology.com and just put in there yoga, and I will send you a little yoga routine, and there are several little chair exercises in there. And Hemant and I actually have a video that we're going to be releasing soon that has some little chair yoga exercises, and that will be available before too long, hopefully maybe even this coming week. So that's one. Count to 5. So the countdown to 5 is big today. The other thing is the moon is in this trine with Saturn Pluto. So this would be a journal in hand, taking notes, watching for things to come up around Saturn Pluto, peeling that cosmic, karmic onion of your soul, and getting some of those ideas that you can work on next. This is a beautiful process. I hope that you are attuned to it and enjoying it as much as I am. It has been brilliant, I've got to say. Well, that's today. That's Tuesday. There's more in the chart, but that'll give you some of the key highlights. I love you. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you tomorrow for Hump Day.